What's it like staying at Caesar's Palace in 2025 going into 2026? Find out next on Jaycation. Hey, what's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to a video here in the Las Vegas series. And it's been a year since I've been back to Caesar's Palace. And in this video, we are staying here on Thanksgiving week, one of the least busiest time in Vegas. The rates are low, so I was able to get a pretty good rate here at the Julius Tower. Last year, we stayed over at the Coliseum Tower, which is their newly remodeled place. But I want to see how Julius Tower is doing in 2025 going into 2026. We're gonna go into the Forum shops, check out what they have there, all the various restaurants that they have, take a look at the pricing in Bacchanal and see how much it has risen because of inflation and if it's still worth it. I don't think we're gonna eat there, but let's see how expensive it is. We'll also check out some of the pool areas and the fitness center if the pool is still open, which I doubt. Will I be regretting that I lifted the Caesar's boycott? We shall see. Let's take a tour around Caesar's Palace, one of my favorite places for sports books and shopping. This is the very front valet, and Lyft or Uber can't drop you off here. This is only taxi and valet. So I had to drop off my bags here at baggage assistance because it's only 12:30, and unfortunately they wouldn't let me in my room unless I paid $30 extra. Apparently Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of Thanksgiving week is supposed to be super dead here on the Las Vegas Strip, and the rates show that. I was here, 3 weeks ago at Planet Hollywood, and the gentleman at Planet Hollywood around 12:30 was nice enough to get me in my room and override the $30 fee. So shout out to him. But the gentleman here was like, the computer too smart. It will not let me give you pre-check-in. Come at 3. Your check-in is usually 4. So I was like, bruh, come on, bruh. And I was like, is anything you can do? Help a brother out? And he was like, nope, sorry, check your bags in. So there you go, making me rethink my Caesar's boycott lift. While we're here, why not just do the resort tour? And we got the Hell's Kitchen here, Gordon Ramsay's. This is the box office for Absinthe. I went to Absinthe. We went to Absinthe this year after Gene and Kyle's wedding. Shout out to Gene and Kyle and Mommy G for hooking it up with the tickets. I'm gonna try to find that B-roll and maybe show you a little B-roll of Absinthe. Really great raunchy show. I had a really nice espresso martini in there from a can. So here's your very popular Hell's Kitchen. This may be the most popular restaurant in Las Vegas. This or Mon Ami Gabi. In my opinion, it's not my favorite restaurant, but it's very popular. In the years past, it's been Serendipity 3. People love it. And I have a $150 credit that I can use here, but I've already tried it. Over this way is the bridge towards the Cromwell and Flamingo. And if you need restrooms, there are restrooms here in the corner. Most of the time, it's unlocked. This way is the Purple Zebra. I never see this place fully hopping, but it's good enough to keep business. So enough people do come here throughout the day and get daiquiris. And right now, the whole gazebo area off of Las Vegas Boulevard is being fixed up. It's fenced off, which means less usage of escalators and inoperable escalators. So you gotta go up and down the stairs, and they have this footbridge to Bellagio. That's what's great about Caesar's Palace, is so close to Bellagio. There is the Green Fairy Garden for the Absinthe show, and they are under that big top right there. They also have speakeasies inside there. It's a really fun time. I definitely recommend it. And just look how vast Caesar's Palace is. And Nobu Hotel is here as well. If you know, you know about the infamous cereal fountain from one of my live streams back in the day, where somebody poured cereal into this fountain. And then this is the shrine, the Brahma shrine. You can smell incense. Quiet, solemn place. You walk over this way, they did remodel these fountains and fix them up over the last few years, and they are fully operational at the moment. Also new is the Omnia Day Club will be opening up over here by Tao Group Hospitality. This used to be like where all the VIP limos used to park and wait, but now they're actually building a structure here, and it will be a swimming pool venue, a really great party right off the Las Vegas Strip. There is the famous Victory at the Mithras statue. You can see that at the Louvre over in Paris. Beautiful front of Caesar's. It's really chill bench over here, right by the fountains. Whenever I need a break during my live streams or walking the strip, I take a seat on that bench. Here's a little look at the taxi area, and we got the crosswalk. We'll go towards the sports book. As of now, the performers over at the Coliseum are Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, and Jennifer Lopez. So it looks like Omnia Day Club is beginning to take shape over here. This stairwell will lead you into the entrance where the fabulous sports book is. One of my favorite sports books of all time here on the Strip. And right across the street is the Link Promenade. You just cross over Las Vegas Boulevard where they're starting to deconstruct the F1 racetrack. Stanton Social Italian is over here in the corner. How is there a Super Tomahawk? Wow, 375 bucks for the Super Tomahawk. Let's see, lamb chops are 65, salmons are out 45, okay. Grilled branzino's 50. This bar over here has changed through the years. It's called Arrayas now. It looks more like a high roller area. They got a video roulette, blackjack and craps over here, Amalfi by Bobby Flay, and here is my favorite sports book right next to Omnia and the one and only Joe Louis. This is the entrance to Omnia nightclub. I always get a drink at this bar, especially after I place a sports bet. I think it's every 100 bucks you get a drink voucher. Wow, my San Diego FC is actually minus 170 favorites at home tonight at 7 p.m. We'll be watching that in the room. As we wind around, there is a poker room here with tons of sports memorabilia in the back and more restaurants and slots here towards the Coliseum and Forum Shops. Here in the very corner of the Coliseum is your Caesars Rewards counters and box office. They even have the kiosks here to check your rewards card status. Mr. Tim McGraw, Mr. Faith Hill, I think they're still together. Shout out to Tim McGraw. He's here in December. Shout out to one of my dad's good buddies who used to work here at the Coliseum when it first opened. We've watched Bette Midler and Elton John over here in the past. We also got Jerry Seinfeld, Cyndi Lauper, Rod Stewart. Here are your secret restrooms that are downstairs. And you also got the Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill. I heard this Gordon Ramsay is really good and it's low-key a hidden Gordon Ramsay gem. It's always packed in here. They have changed the name of the food hall to the Celebrity Food Hall because it's full of celebrity restaurants. So let's check it out. I like the welcome to the fabulous Starbucks Nevada over here in the very corner. This Starbucks has been here for a minute. Stadia Bar is under that overhang. Buddy V's Pizzeria, which used to be Earl Sandwich, is over that side. You got Bobby's Burgers, Tortazo by Chef Rick Bayless. That used to be the Halal Guys a few years back. Mokbar Korean Grub and Chicken Guy by Guy Fieri. Really pricey food hall, guys, to tell you the truth. There are better food halls around the Las Vegas Strip. I feel like Caesars food halls aren't as good as MGM's are. So Vanderpump Vegas Cocktail Garden is over here, and I literally just heard a story Cody Rhodes was telling on his podcast where he had to pick up the bill because Mike the Miz Mizanin left, and The Miz said he was gonna take the bill, and even a rich guy like Cody Rhodes was like, this drink bill was egregious, but he still paid it because Cody Rhodes is the champ and the American Nightmare. Fun story. Also want to mention Def Leppard will be here in February. This is usually where the souvenir shop is for all the performers. We're right by the self-parking lot in front of the Caesar statue that's been here for forever, and the rideshare is where I got dropped off here. And it's funny because you got this hallway here, right? And then you also got the door to nowhere. These are elevators to the parking garage. That's just the fire door, I believe is what it's called. One of those Caesars things, if you've been going here for years, if you know, you know. I never recognized this, but there is a Enterprise rental spot right here by the Forum Shops entrance of Caesars. This could be a total separate video, the Forum Shops. But you know what? We're gonna go in here and take a lap. Maybe I'll show you some new stuff. They got the Royal Gallery here and Coach right next to me, but Christmas decorations are up. You got the garland here on the goddess statues. Valentino, Palm Restaurant, Burberry, Jimmy Choo. They're all over the place. And then they still have the Racing Miami shop here right in the middle. Although I wasn't rooting for the boys, I feel bad for them. They raced their hearts out and got DQ'd at 2 in the morning after the race. That's pretty cool hoodie. I don't like the front, but the back is cool. Down these escalators by Fendi is the ride share slash valet for the Forum Shops. I also love how the sky changes colors here on the rooftops. This is Water Grill. Fountain of the Gods is always a spectacle at Caesar's Palace. People love taking their family portraits here. I've definitely done that in the past with the fam. And right now you got the cotton candy skies. It's really nice. Where Panerai and Gucci is now, it used to be one of my favorite Italian restaurants here that is no longer. And the name of that restaurant was Trevi. But you also have Balenciaga, Saint Laurent, Tiffany and Company, the Louis store, Amiri. Carmine's is a very popular Italian joint, very big with families. Let's walk over this way. The popular brand Alo is here, right next to the Tag Heuer store. Carmine's is all decked out in Christmas, and it is pretty darn full, actually. It is lunchtime. Then you got Psycho Bunny here, and we're gonna get to the huge Christmas tree coming up. We got over to the giant Christmas tree here in the Pantheon-looking area of the Forum. There's a Ray-Ban here, an Altered State. There are a few shops that I like over in the very end. Basically the front of Forum Shops right by Las Vegas Boulevard. For those of y'all that love Lululemon, they have that here too. Skims, which I know Kim Kardashian, I think owns or promotes, is here. All Saints. Tons of shops here as you get to the end. There's the Toomey. It's also promoted by Lando Norris. Field of Dreams, where Pete Rose used to always hang out. R.I.P. Pete Rose. Put him in the Hall of Fame, guys. And there is the Lucky Box vending machine. Oh wow, it's like a prominent featured vending machine here right by Neptune's fountain. We're gonna go up these escalators and see what's new up here. More restrooms over here, and they also have the shoe vending machine here if you have really bad shoes and your feet hurt. They got Tommy Bahamas up on this floor. Electric Playhouse. There's a Fat Tuesday. This is the very top floor. Magnet Maximus, but the brand new place I want to show you is over this way. This is the brand new F1 arcade. This is the top floor entrance. They have simulation games here, reaction game, and exercises that drivers do. I came in here a few days ago to hang out with my friend Misa and her fiance Brandon. Shout out to them. Sushi Roku is a place I went to years back. Really nice view of the Las Vegas Strip from up top. And this is one of the more unique shopping malls in the world, in my opinion, because of the curved escalators that go up and down, and it does get really festive with the garland here during Christmas time. And you got 3 levels of restaurants and shops. Let's go downstairs and show you more. There is a kawaii things store here in the 2nd floor, and a welcome to the fabulous Hello Kitty Cafe, which you see over by Park MGM in New York, New York. This is coming in 2026 here at Forum Shops. There is also a Lids here in the corner. Ooh, they got the Luca jersey. Man, that's tempting to get. This store here is called Up Against the Wall. It's like another hype beast streetwear store. Here is the famous sunglass eyeglass store called Gentle Monster. They have the mechanical faces here that blink and move and are super creepy. Next level AI over here. I do want to hold off until I get to the Philippines to buy a pair of Gentle Monster over in the BGC location, but it is a goal of mine to get some Gentle Monsters in the future. And they have some really cool futuristic shades here. These are the like Braun Breaker style shades that I eventually want to get here at Gentle Monster. Makes me want to bark. Do my Braun Breaker impression. Another thing that needs to happen is a FC Barcelona store needs to come to America. There's plenty in España, but if Paris can do it, why can't Barca do it? These guys are the champs. They have a Blackpink collab. That's pretty sick. It's like the Lakers. Blackpink, PSG. There's your French color Nike Paris jerseys. It was actually really cool. I like the lettering and stuff. I'm just gonna say it. The champ is here! So we're inside Racing Miami. They have a bunch of different McLaren hats, the crazy expensive Pirelli hats that the winners wear. This is the Barcelona Pirelli hat. Let's see how much it is. $80. We're headed over towards my favorite part of the Forum Shops where the Atlantis show is. And I wanted to walk into the new Zara just to see what they have there. This was formerly the H&M, and it was a hopping H&M at that. That's why it's unfortunate that it's gone. But I'm spoiled with being in Barcelona a few months out of the year, but I wanted to see this Zara. So the only other Zara was over at Fashion Show Mall. And this is the 3rd floor for the men's clothes. And the pricing here is not your Barcelona prices because of tariffs and whatnot here in America. But sometimes I do pick things up here at Zara, especially if something I really like. There's a pretty huge floor though, and everything looks really organized. I actually have this jacket, 129 bucks, but in black. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, but I got it for way less in España. So you know Jaycation would cop something like this. 169 bucks. I have this exact same blazer I bought in Barcelona for my friend's wedding back in the summer. It's 179 here. I think it was only like 69 euro when I bought it in Barcelona. This time last year, I treated myself to a new Lacoste belt, which I've worn a total of like 2 times. This year, I gotta find myself some Hokas or treat myself to more Culture King Padre hats. We shall see. And here is the Atlantis show. A lot of people walking around here. This circular area has a lot of things. You got your Nike, there's a Cheesecake Factory, and Culture Kings. Let's go to Culture Kings first. Problem is there's just so many hats to choose from. I need to stop. Look at all those hats. I like the Vegas spelling here with the different caps. They got some WWE shirts here. Triple H hoodie. They got my girl Rhea Bloody Ripley, who we're gonna meet on Saturday, or Sunday I mean. R.I.P. to Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. That's a sick shirt. Kurt Angle, it's true. Trish Stratus, Bret the Hitman Hart, Kane. They got Rey Mysterio, the Deadbeat. That's a pretty sick shirt. That's something I would rock. Daemon Targaryen. I would still bow to my queen, Khaleesi. There it is. Walked right into the Atlantis show. People love this free show here at Caesar's Palace. Right next to Cheesecake Factory. And people really do enjoy this aquarium here under the Atlantis show. It's time for another trip to Nike. They still got the King display there, the Kang. He's back. Made his debut this week. I said this in one of my previous videos, I kind of want that Swoosh City shirt. And then they also have this design here of the skyline. I actually heard that these Vomeros have maximum cushioning. 180 bucks. I need some shoes, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I'm low-key kind of hungry, and they do have the chicken Madeira here at Cheesecake Factory. Don't judge me if I sit here to eat. We'll see. Same spot as the NFL store used to be is the escape game. I went here with Lydia and Norma and Andrew a few months back. Had a fun time being useless, trying to escape a room. We're by the Coliseum Tower entrance. There's Num Daiquiri Bar. That's the remodeled towers. And this is the Dominic Ansel Las Vegas, the Cronut spot, and all the delicious robot milk shots they serve. Get hot cocoa and coffee here too. So Vegas did have the original Grand Prix here in their parking lot from October 14 to 17, 1981. Yeah, boy, I wasn't even born. Now we're passing through the corridor where there's a bunch of apparel shops here, and you can see David's booty and the small statue replica of David. You got to see the real one in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy. Then you got stores like Missoura here, Carina, and then there's a FedEx office over this way. Down these halls will get you over to the Palace Tower, the Garden Chapels, and the swimming pool entrance. There is an essential store over here, and they have these statues in the middle with tons of flowers. There's an Oculus sunglass store. They got Nectar Life to get your bath bombs. Caesar's Activewear doesn't look open right now. Almighty Originals. And this is the Garden of the Gods Pool Oasis. And in fact, it looks like it's still open this time of year. That's pretty cool. We got Pronto Wine Bar by Giada Bay Laurentis. You also have the conference center ballrooms here. Huge ballrooms. And this is the Victoria Room. One of the restaurants just closed down and they changed it into the Victoria Room. We have a center bar here by Pronto, and then the famous Peter Luger with the lunch burger. Oh, they're closed right now. Boo. And look at Bacchanal. Bacchanal is on and popping. Let's check out the prices. Scan that to get some reservations in. It's pretty crazy because nowadays they don't even want to show you the prices of the buffet. Upwards to $91.99 plus tax if you come here on a dinner. For brunch, it's about $64.99, which is the lowest. They do open at 2:30. It was hard to find the prices, but there you go. Really pricey in 2025. Over this way is the Beijing Noodle number 9 noodle bar. The Julius Tower entrance is this way, and we got more of the casino. Here is the classic casino table area that you see in all the movies like Hangover. Here's another Caesar statue right before the table games area. Then you got this long bar here called the Galleria Bar. And here is the check-in counter. I'm 0 for 1 right now in the check-in counter. They have Emperor's Essentials over here, and then another goddess fountain here, right by Cafe Americano, which is open 24 hours. So that was a fail, 0 for 2. It's only 2:30, and they still said $35 to check in still. And just N Grace by Little Switzerland. And then you also have another Starbucks here. This will lead you all the way to the Augustus and Octavius Towers. And this is where Diamond and 7-star registration is. I do like the centerpieces they have here, very Thanksgiving-ish. Right next to the Diamond Hotel registration. And this is your Guy Savoy and Wedding Chapels. The spa salon and fitness center is here, up this really nice grand staircase. We're passing by Caspian's Cocktail Bar, the Monte Cristo Cigar Bar. I can smell them cig all the way down here. And they also have the entrance to Nobu Hotel. Right over this way, this is a small entryway. Right next to the Nobu Hotel entrance is the actual restaurant, Nobu. I got a $150 credit that I could actually use here. Never been. And this is Brasserie B by Bobby Flay, right as you get out towards the Coliseum. Rounding off the lounges, this is the Vista Cocktail Lounge. Really nice decor in the inside here. I think we're gonna head to Gordon Ramsay. What better time than now to check out the Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill. Prices here aren't too crazy. Main lobster roll is $25.99, classic Caesar $19. All right, so we're here at the Gordon Ramsay Pub. Went with the Idiot Sandwich. That's right, it's called the Idiot Sandwich. Raised rib, Gruyere cheese, looks like sourdough bread. Thick fries, pretty pricey for a sandwich, but it looks tasty. Maybe pricey, but that's tasty. 4 letters, 1 word. That's a good sandwich. I'm enjoying the chameleon song. Decent enough price though. Of course you're eating at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, so it's still gonna be pricey, but it's definitely a lot less than the other places. I wanted to try their fish and chips. Fish and chips were $36.99. This was around $26. Got some hot sauce, that Gruyere cheese, the braised rib, fantastic. That's good stuff. Let's hope my room is ready to go. Little look at the inside of the restaurant. Then they have Gordon Ramsay's painting over here. And London. That's an amazing portrait of Gordon Ramsay right there. This is like a little private dining area. Not that big of a restaurant here, but it's really nice. San Diego FC just won the semifinals to go to the Western Conference Finals. And I watched it here in the room because I doubt they'd show MLS anywhere else. But yes, celebrate. I'm rocking my SDFC jersey and the hat. We are San Diego Football Club. Let's go. I'm literally staying at the end of the hallway here in the Julius Tower. Grays and golds and blacks. It's a long, curvy hallway here. We're gonna go down. What's good about this tower is that it actually drops you off right smack dab in the middle of the casino, kind of near Bacchanal. So you're not super far away from the action. This is the elevator bay area. You got a house phone over here. What are we overlooking? Oh, we're overlooking, I believe, part of the swimming pool area. So we're actually headed over here to RPM Italian to film a little collab with Lydia in Vegas. And Mommy G's gonna be there too. There's also another Racing Miami store here, but there is a Joe's Crab Shack with their really good steak lunch special. I think it's like $40, $40+ nowadays. It used to be $29.99. Then there's another F1 arcade here and True Food Kitchen. Really great area for dining. And there it is. It's their 3-course meal, $46.95 now. So I know there's 2 separate ones. There's one on the very top floor, but I was wondering if they had an elevator or something to get you up there. Curious, anybody know? Comment down below. And here we are, RPM Italian. Nice fancy Italian restaurant. Ooh, Zaytinya Mez restaurant just opened over here, I believe, and they're also having other places under construction at the moment. Look who's coming down the curved escalators. Who are these 2 lovely ladies?
Oh my God, someone's filming us. I didn't even know. I was just acting so natural.
I just like always have my makeup and nails done. Like,
Y'all's Valley girls right now.
Look at, we're kind of matching. Do you see how we're matching?
Yeah, it's like very Thanksgiving. It gives Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's like skinny shirt, baggy jeans. Our auras are matching.
It's giving.
It's giving thanks.
All right, go watch Lydia's video.
It won't be out for multiple weeks, so stay tuned.
All right, Jaycationers, it is time for the oh so popular room tour. So I went with booking the cheapest room here at Caesar's Palace on Thanksgiving week, which is historically the cheapest week to stay in Vegas because not as much people come here on Thanksgiving week before F1. I have not stayed in the Julius Tower in forever. I may not have even shown it as a YouTube video, and it does seem like it's a little bit of the older tower, and the room is not as impressive. I used to say Caesar's was my favorite resort, and it's kind of just degraded a bit throughout the years. The room doesn't have like a tall lamp on the corners over here, or even like a lamp at the working desk, so it's kind of dark over on this side. Didn't get a really nice view. I'm just looking at a wall in the parking lot over towards where the Mirage and the Wyndham Desert Blue is. So we do have a king bed with 4 medium-sized pillows. Not too squishy, kind of firm of a bed. 2 nightstands. On this side, you do have a aqua blue and gold and white lamp, and they do have full-size mirrors behind each of these nightstands. There are drawers here. There is a Caesar's charging port there where you can do the magnetic charging. They just have USB and USB-C chargers too, as well as a couple of outlets on that port. On the other side is the same exact nightstand, but with the telephone and another mirror. This area is a nice touch. I like the Caesar sculptures of showgirls. So it's kind of like an old school painting mixed with the neon lights of a showgirl here in Vegas. That's really unique. I like that. And then you have this huge ivy chair with this pillow, this blue designed pillow, worn down coffee table with your Vegas Kua Bats and Spa, which is downstairs here at Caesar's Palace. But one thing I will say that is a good thing is the LG actually can connect you to Netflix, YouTube without your HDMI cord. So that's also a plus. I like that. I wish all the hotels have this exact type of interface for their YouTube. So that's one of the pluses for staying here in Caesar's Palace. Like I said, you got the LG TV here, really nice. Your black leather ice bucket with 2 glasses. This is the bar, the mini bar menu. You got a Keurig machine and the cups from Caesar's Rewards. So I may actually just use this Keurig machine so I don't have to bust out my Keurig machine from my bag. Down below, you got drawer space, 3 of them, and then the refrigerator is a mini bar and there's no space for personal stuff. So that's another disadvantage. No personal fridge. You have a trash can here and a little bit of workspace, and it's a super run down dresser and workspace. Would be nice to have a lamp here, but there's not. They have the air conditioning and then a rectangular mirror over this way, and then you got like a gold and gray chair with no wheels, so it's kind of hard to push in and out. Ugh. Can't do it. All right, entryway, at least it's well lit with these lights over here, and you have a full-size mirror with this unique design. And in here is your closet, and inside the closet is the ironing board, about 10 wooden hangers, your luggage rack, as well as a safe that actually doesn't open this way, it opens down, which tripped me out. It could have trapped my finger or something. And the doors have your double locks, so that's another plus. All right, into the bathroom area we go. They have these mirrors shaped kind of like columns you'd see in Rome, and they try to illuminate the back, but it doesn't really feel like it's totally illuminated on each side. So it just kind of looks like, honestly, the fluorescent lights are kind of dying out in the back, so it doesn't look that cool. This sink looks to be broken. I mean, look, it's already off the screw. You have face and hand towels, bodyography massage bar, and the lotion. At least it's not community stuff. And then you have your tissue paper here, as well as the magnifying vanity mirror here, but there's no light. Down below is your hair dryer and a couple more hand and face towels and trash can and extra toilet paper. All right, so into the shower y'all's go. And they do have shampoo, conditioner, body wash, no name brand on there. Grayish brown tile. They do have this handle, but they also have the shower up here. And then they do give you a ledge for your soap and your own shampoo. Unfortunately, this light looks like it's broken. All right, let's do the toilet test. Medium low to the ground toilet. It's not super low, it's not super high. And you also have your toilet paper here, and then a picture of David just posing. So for the one night stay here at the Julius Tower at Caesar's Palace, the subtotal was $33.30 for the room rate. That's only the room rate. The resort fees were $54.95 plus taxes, $11.81. The deposit that I did back in October was $37.76. So all I'm paying for is the $62 of the resort fee, and they do give you a $100 hold, I believe, per night. So in total, it was $100.06 for this kind of worn down, a little bit broken down Julius Tower king bedroom. Not very happy about it, very 6'7" about it, maybe even 5'6". The carpet is not worn down, but it's definitely not new. And then you do got the tiles over in the entryway area as well as the bathroom. Would I stay in the Julius Tower again? I would say not for $100.06. I'd probably spend a little more and go over to the Coliseum Tower and get the revamped rooms like I did last year. But for Jaycation, we have to show y'all all the different types of towers and different types of videos. So hope you liked the room tour. Now we're gonna fast forward to me tomorrow so I can give you my lowdown on my exact thoughts of sleeping here overnight, as well as the rest of the stay at Caesar's Palace.
Tomorrow.
I should have known, a place that is named after a dictator in the Roman Empire. They're very dictatorish nowadays, where hard check-in is at 4, not 3, and hard checkout is at 11, not 12. And it's not even busy. The capacity of this hotel is not busy. It's Thanksgiving week. Caesars, find your soul again.
I want your soul.
I would say the whole fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, whatever the ending of that is. Me lifting the Caesars boycott to stay here again and go back to all the other properties might not have been a good idea, but I also like to show the Jaycation viewers and let them decide for their own if they should stay here. And honestly, Caesars as a whole has lost its soul. Tried 2 times to check in, even just like an hour early, and both times was shut down. They're like, extra $35, that's all we can do. And then late checkout, they were like, oh, that's an extra $35, $40 if you want to check out at 12. You don't even get an hour. So everything here is just a money grab unless you are diamond and up. Even as a diamond member, I feel like you weren't being treated well. It's not good when you're a 3rd tier member and they're still treating you just as bad. So sorry, Caesars. Broken down sink, one of the 2 sinks, not enough lighting. I did sleep pretty good last night, but that's probably because I was tired. So the only pluses I can say is Keurig machine in the room, and also the interface of the TV. I really like it because you can connect your YouTube or Netflix. Sorry, Caesars, you used to be my favorite resort 5-6 years ago, and now you're not even in the top 5. You might not even be 6-7, but I do like the forum shops. That's a plus for staying here, but that's pretty much it. All right, Jaycationers, I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and check out Las Vegas 777 Let's Go, my Facebook group, and we will see you in the next one. And in the words of me, stay traveling, Las Vegas. Let's go!